Right now, there is a voice in your head. It is reading these words. It is narrating your life. It never stops. When you wake up, it starts talking. What should I wear today? Did I set the alarm? I need coffee. It plans, it worries, it remembers, it argues with you, it replays conversations, it rehearses what you're going to say later, it comments on everything you see. That looks good. I should buy that. Why did I say that stupid thing yesterday? The voice never shuts up. And here's the strangest part. It sounds like you. It uses your voice. But who is talking? And more importantly, who is listening? Because if the voice is you, and you are listening to the voice, then there are two of you, the speaker and the listener. So which one is really you? Let me show you why you have a voice in your head that will not stop. This is called inner speech or inner monologue. And not everyone has it. Some people think in images, some people think in abstract concepts, some people report no internal dialogue at all. Their thoughts just happen without words. But if you have inner speech, and most people do, then you spend your entire waking life talking to yourself, silently, constantly, narrating, commenting, planning. And you think this is normal? You think everyone does this, but it is not normal. It is bizarre. You are having a conversation with yourself. You are both the speaker and the audience. You are performing for an audience of one, yourself. Why? The standard explanation is that inner speech evolved as a tool for thinking. Language is not just for communication. It is for organizing thoughts. When you talk to yourself, you are using language to structure your internal experience. You are putting chaotic, non-verbal thoughts into words. And words are linear, sequential, one after another. This forces your brain to slow down, to focus, to clarify. If you are trying to solve a problem, talking to yourself helps. You lay out the steps. You work through the logic. Out loud or in your head, it does not matter. The act of verbalizing forces structure. This is why people talk to themselves out loud when they are stuck. It is not crazy. It is effective. But here is where it gets strange. Inner speech is not just thinking. It is conversation. You do not just state facts to yourself. You argue. You ask questions. You answer them. You say, should I do this? And then you respond, no, that is a bad idea. Wait, who said no? You did. But you also asked the question. So you are having a debate with yourself. Two positions, two voices, except it is the same voice, your voice, playing both roles. This is not just thinking. This is simulation. You are simulating a conversation. You are practicing social interaction inside your own head. And this gives us a clue about why inner speech exists. Humans are social animals. Our survival depends on navigating social dynamics, understanding what other people think, predicting what they will say, convincing them, persuading them, avoiding conflict. And the way you get good at social interaction is by practicing. But you cannot practice with other people all the time. They are not always available. So your brain found a solution. Practice with yourself. Simulate conversations. Run through scenarios. What will I say if they ask me this? How will I respond if they say that? You are rehearsing. Your inner voice is a training simulator for social life. And the more you use it, the better you get at predicting other people, because you are constantly modeling them inside your head. But wait, if inner speech is just simulation, why does it feel so real? Why does it feel like there is actually someone talking inside your head? Because your brain is using the same systems for inner speech that it uses for outer speech. When you talk out loud, you activate your motor cortex, the part of the brain that controls your mouth, tongue, vocal cords. When you talk to yourself silently, you activate the same regions, just at a lower intensity. Your brain is sending the signal to speak, but it is suppressing the output. You are talking without moving your mouth. And because the brain is using the same pathways, inner speech feels like real speech. It has the same rhythm, the same tone, the same voice, your voice. Now here is the disturbing part. The voice is you, but it is also not you. It is a copy, a simulation. When you hear your inner voice, you are not hearing your thoughts directly. You are hearing a verbal representation of your thoughts. Your brain is translating nonverbal processes into language, and that translation is lossy, incomplete. The words do not capture everything. Some thoughts are too fast for words, some are too complex, some are too vague, but the voice forces them into sentences, and once they are in sentences, they feel concrete, real, true, even when they are not. This is why inner speech can be misleading. The voice is confident. It states things as facts, but it is just guessing, interpreting, confabulating, and you believe it because it sounds like you. Here is another problem. The voice lies, not intentionally, but it fills in gaps. It creates narratives. It explains your behavior after the fact. You do something. Then the voice says, I did that because of this reason, but the reason is invented. Your brain does not actually know why you did it. Most of your decisions are made unconsciously by systems that do not have access to language. But the voice needs an explanation, so it makes one up, and you believe it because it is your voice. It must be telling the truth, except it is not. It is confabulating, creating a story that sounds plausible, but it is fiction. This is why people are terrible at explaining their own behavior. The voice in their head is lying to them, and they do not know it. Now let me ask you something. Can you stop the voice? Can you turn it off? Try it right now. Stop talking to yourself. Just be silent inside your head. What happens? You last maybe 5 seconds, 10 if you are good. Then the voice comes back. Did I do it? Am I silent? Wait, that is the voice. Okay, stop again. Silence. Silence. I am doing it. No, that is the voice again. You cannot stop it. The voice is always there. Commenting, narrating, observing. Even when you try to be silent, the voice is the one trying. And then it comments on how well you are doing. This is the trap. You cannot escape the voice because the thing trying to escape is the voice. This is what meditation is trying to address. Meditation teaches you to observe your thoughts without engaging with them, to notice the voice without believing it, to recognize that the voice is not you. It is a process happening in your brain, a useful process, but not the whole of who you are. Most people never realize this. They spend their entire lives completely identified with the voice. They think the voice is them, but it is not. The voice is one part of your brain talking to another part. And you, the observer, are something else. Something that exists underneath the voice, or beyond it, or around it. The thing that is aware of the voice, that is you, not the voice itself. But here is the strangest thing. If you are not the voice, and the voice is talking to you, then what are you? Are you the listener, the thing that hears the voice? But the listener does not speak, it just listens. So is the listener even conscious, or is consciousness the voice, the thing that speaks, plans, narrates, or is consciousness something else entirely, the field in which both the voice and the listener exist? This is the hard problem of consciousness, and inner speech makes it worse, because it creates the illusion of a self, a unified self. The voice says, I think, I want, I believe, and you accept this. You think there is an I, a single continuous self, but there is not. There is a collection of processes, and one of those processes is the voice, and the voice has convinced you that it is you. Now, what happens when the voice goes wrong? What happens when you hear voices that are not your own? This is schizophrenia. People with schizophrenia hear voices, but not their own voice. Other voices, voices that say disturbing things, command them to do things, criticize them, and the voices feel external. They feel like someone else is talking, but they are not. The voices are generated by the person's own brain, the same system that generates inner speech, but something has gone wrong. The brain is producing speech, but it is not tagging it as self-generated. So it feels alien. It feels like it is coming from outside. This tells us something important. The feeling that the voice is yours is not automatic. It is a tag, a label. Your brain generates speech. Then it tags it as mine, and you experience it as inner speech. But if the tagging fails, you experience it as someone else's voice. The voice is the same. The source is the same. But the label changes everything. So why do you talk to yourself? Because your brain is a social prediction machine. And the best way to predict other people is to simulate them, to have conversations with them inside your head. And over time, that simulation became constant. You are always running scenarios, always rehearsing, always narrating. The voice is your brain practicing being human, and it never stops, because being human is complicated. And your brain needs all the practice it can get. So the next time you catch yourself talking to yourself, do not be embarrassed. You are not crazy. You are not alone. Everyone with inner speech does this. The voice is normal. What is not normal is realizing that the voice is not you, that you are the thing listening, the silent observer, the awareness beneath the words. And that thing, whatever it is, does not need to talk. It just is. But good luck convincing the voice of that, because the voice will argue, and it will win, because it always gets the last word.